Is AFROTC worth it?
Well, it's a loaded question. I'd say it's definitely worth it. It depends on the type of person you are. If you're the type of person that wants to go above and beyond in everything they do, if you want to be the type of person that learns how to lead people, how to work in teams, how to lead organizations, how to solve high-scale problems, then I would say AFROTC is definitely worth it. In addition to that, you're basically getting an opportunity that you don't get in any other organizations or career fields. You work with active duty airmen, you go to bases, you have the opportunity to learn about career fields that you might go into after you're done with ROTC, which is basically a 4-year internship that gives you a glimpse of the best military branch in the world.
AFROTC, I would say, is absolutely worth it. I mean, I'm getting to do my dream since I was a little kid. It's a lot of hard work, but as long as you're willing to put in the work and you have that dream and that passion, you can absolutely reach it, and it gives you so many opportunities to do so.
Detachment, is AFROTC hard?
AFROTC is definitely hard. I think being a college student is hard. Being an AFROTC makes it even harder. It also obviously depends on which major you're in. So some people might even say the STEM majors might have it a little harder, but that's obviously a point of discussion in the detachment. I would also say that it's really, you get out of AFROTC what you put into it. So if you want to get the most out of it, and if you want to have this really great experience, which extends way over any other college experience, you have to put a lot more effort and energy into AFROTC, which obviously makes it harder, but you get more out of it at the end of the day. So it's definitely not easy, but it's not as hard as that makes it scary or anything like that.
Is AFROTC hard to get into?
No, so the quick answer to this is that AFROTC really is not that hard to get into. So whether you're a high school student or someone who's already in college and you're interested in doing AFROTC, what you should do is go to AFROTC.com and go through the detachment locator, find a detachment that's nearby you or your school, and then you'll be able to, from there, reach out to an officer at that detachment who will get you started in the program. A lot of detachments will offer opportunities to come in and visit, watch and lead lab happen in person, and then you can actually make the decision from there of whether or not you want to join.
AFROTC is not hard to get into, not at all. Anyone can join. I think you have to be a U.S. citizen generally, and you have to maintain a minimum of a 2.0 GPA.
What is AFROTC?
AFROTC is the Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps. This is a method of commissioning into the United States Air Force. So you start either your freshman or sophomore year of college. You can apply in high school, or you can start it once you're already in college. And in AFROTC, we train a couple times a week in order to gain the skills necessary to become an officer in the greatest Air Force the world's ever seen.
AFROTC is an organization where you have the chance to meet and work with like-minded people for 4 years. And it's an organization where you have the opportunity to grow and develop unlike any other at this level of experience.
What is AFROTC like?
AFROTC is really what you make of it. Just on a basic level, you're going to be going to PT twice a week, and then your aerospace class and your leadership lab. So everybody's got that base commitment where you're working out with your wingmen, you're learning about both aerospace and leadership, and then practicing that. And then if you want to do extracurriculars, there's other teams and things you can join. A lot of people end up making friends with their wingmen and living together. It really just ends up what you make of it. You can see it as a job, you can see it as a class, you can see it as a family. It really depends where you take it, but either way, it's awesome.
What is AFROTC like in college?
So in college, we train a couple times a week to gain different skills. On Tuesdays and Thursdays at our detachment specifically, we have PT and pretty early in the morning. And then on Wednesdays, we have what we call Leadership Laboratory, where we come to a facility and we do things like drill. We do different projects to practice your leadership skills. it can be tough to manage your time sometimes. So you really have to be on top of your things a little bit. I recommend trying to be prepared beforehand. It can partake at the beginning of the program. The time demand isn't quite as high, but as you move on, it becomes it challenges your time management skills and really pushes you to become better than most of your peers. So another thing is you gain a lot of friends through AFROTC. You either when you join at the beginning, suddenly you have a friend group that from the get-go in college, which is awesome. Sometimes it can be hard to meet new people and people that have similar values, similar ideologies, and we all have the same goal here to get commissioned in the Air Force. So you gain a lot of friends really quickly joining AFROTC.
What is AFROTC in high school?
So AFROTC in high school is actually Air Force Junior ROTC. There's a J in there. Very similar program. It's a class you'll take if it's offered at your high school, and it basically just prepares you and gives you skills that you need to be successful, whether it's in the Air Force or not. It's a really good way to set you up if you are looking to do AFROTC in college. It's a really good way to prepare for it because a lot of the things are the same. But it also gives you an advantage just even in knowing how to write a resume or writing your college essay or enlisting in the Air Force. So it gives you kind of that basic understanding of what is the Air Force and where could it take me in life.
Where is AFROTC field training?
So the short answer to this question is that AFROTC field training is typically held at Maxwell Air Force Base in Alabama. So cadets will typically go down in the summer after their sophomore year for about 2 weeks, where they'll be evaluated on their leadership, followership, and so on. However, this year things are a little bit different with COVID-19. This year, because of the increased need to push more cadets through field training, it's actually being moved to Camp Shelby in Mississippi. So that's only going to be for this year alone, where we're going to have cadets, instead of Maxwell, going down en masse to Camp Shelby.